Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something is kind of controversial from time to time. It's ultra cheap guitars. And when I say ultra cheap guitars, I'm not talking about $150, $200. I'm talking about under $100. And more specifically, I'm talking about $50. This is a full-size electric guitar, solid body from Wish.com. And this guitar cost about $50, $56 after shipping. And we're going to talk about it and check it out right now. This guitar is pretty interesting. I saw this for $50 on Wish.com, and I figured that this could not be any good. So clearly I had to order it, and here it is. This is the $50 full-size Wish guitar. And these probably fluctuate in price. You might see them for $60 or $70. I saw some of these same guitars for $80 on Wish, and then I found this one for $50. I opened it up, had a look at it. The action was pretty high. I had to lower the action, and the intonation's not that great. Of course, the strings are cheap. But what's really interesting, is it kind of seems like it's trying to do the Jackson Dinky copy or like a cheap Ibanez copy. You got 3 pickups, 2 humbuckers, and a single coil in the middle. You've got a volume knob and a tone knob, and you have a 5-way selector switch, which actually feels pretty smooth. Honestly, given that it's a $50 guitar, it's not bad. It's really lightweight. I'd say it's probably 5 pounds. So, you got a really lightweight wood, probably like a basswood, maybe even like an agathis plywood. It doesn't matter what the listing says. Pretty often on places like Wish, when you read the listing, it's probably not going to be what it says it is. So we've got a lightweight wood. We've got kind of a cheap feeling neck. The frets are bigger than I'm used to on this kind of guitar. And the neck is kind of fat too. It doesn't have like a thin neck like an Ibanez. It's got a pretty thick neck. And your headstock, there's nothing on there. It's totally plain. All in all, it's a pretty good looking guitar. Everything was great. The finish looked good, except for when it arrived, it had a chunk missing right here, which I'll try to get a better shot of later. It's going to have generic tuners and generic electronics and basically generic everything. But at this price point, I am surprised that they can even pull off a full-size guitar, let alone with all the electronics and everything that goes along with an electric guitar. All right, so here we have a good look at the guitar. Now, the inlay works pretty nice, especially for the price point. And the body looks okay. I'll see if I can zoom in on that imperfection. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. First of all, just from unscrewing the back cavities here, you got a lot of sawdust, so you didn't have a lot of care spent cleaning everything up. I mean, everything's routed pretty well. The wiring feels decently thick. It doesn't feel like cheap wiring. Then you've got your ground wire here, and the springs feel pretty good. All right, so you've heard the clips of it being played. You've gotten a better look at it. Who would I say that this would be recommended for? Believe it or not, I'd recommend this for a beginner with a couple of conditions. The main condition being that somebody take it to someone that knows what they're doing and have it set up properly. You're probably going to need to have a couple of frets leveled. This one didn't need any frets leveled, but you probably will, depending on what guitar you happen to get. They're all going to be kind of different. They're not all going to have the same kind of workmanship or craftsmanship. These things are pumped out cheaply and quickly. If you were a complete beginner and you had a really limited budget, I would be perfectly fine recommending this to an ultra beginner as like a first guitar for, your first couple of months just to see if you want to play guitar. just take it to somebody that knows what they're doing and have it set up. And I think it'll actually be pretty decent for that. And I'm actually really surprised. I expected to get, a bag full of trash in the mail. I mean, how can you get a guitar for $50 that's halfway decent? But, like I said, it's not a professional level instrument. And I'm not going to keep this one. I decided to pick it up, just because I was curious and I wanted to bring it to the channel so you guys could see it. Overall, I'm pretty impressed for what it is. So that's all I've got for today. Now, if you enjoy the content, it really helps the channel a lot if you'd like and subscribe. That way you'll know when new content comes out, and there'll be a lot more reviews on cheaper guitars and maybe some better guitars coming up really soon. So thank you for watching.